Welcome to this deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today we're looking at some core Zen teachings, really simplified ones from this source material we've got.
Yeah, it presents them quite clearly.
And our mission really is to unpack these 7 points, see if they offer a sort of, well, maybe a shortcut to understanding Zen for, daily life.
I think that's the key here, daily life. This isn't presented as some high-level philosophy, but as simple, actionable things.
Right. So for you listening, hopefully you can find some small ways to maybe find a bit of calm or focus. Things feel pretty overwhelming these days.
That's definitely the hope. Little steps.
Okay, let's jump in then. The first one the source talks about is focusing on the present moment. Mindfulness. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
The idea is pretty straightforward. Just directing your attention intentionally to right now.
Letting go of the past stuff, the future worries, just for a bit.
Yeah, just centering yourself in the here and now. It sounds simple, but
It takes practice. The example they use is drinking tea. I like that.
it's a good one. Instead of being on your phone, you actually, notice the tea.
The smell of the steam, the warmth, the actual taste.
Just tasting the tea. Fully present. That's the Zen attitude the source describes.
Presence is life, not something separate.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
And building on that, the source brings up practicing Zazen, sitting meditation.
Now, this isn't about, forcing your mind blank, is it? That always seemed impossible.
No, not at all. That's a common misconception. It's more about sitting quietly, settling your body, noticing your breath.
And just observing,
Yeah.
watching your thoughts.
Precisely. Not trying to stop them, just letting them float by without grabbing onto them.
The source says just sit on a chair, straighten your back, breathe slowly.
In through the nose, out slowly.
And if thoughts come up, just gently bring your focus back to the breath.
Right. No big struggle. And it says even 5 minutes a day can start to quiet things down inside.
5 minutes, that feels doable.
Which is useful because the next point is letting go of attachment.
Ah, yes. This feels very relevant. That feeling of, it has to be this way, or I'll be furious if.
Loosening that mental grip, on how things should turn out or how people should act. It's about flexibility. Going with the flow, sort of.
Like the train example.
Yeah.
It's delayed. Instead of fuming, just accepting, okay, can't be helped.
Exactly. Or if someone disappoints you, you practice letting go, thinking, well, that's their freedom too, as the source puts it.
It's not apathy, though.
No, it's not caring. It's not clinging so hard to your specific version of how things should be. A subtle but important distinction.
Okay. So from external things like trains to internal stuff, the next point is continuing to hold a question.
Yeah, this connects to things like koans or introspection. It's less about finding a quick answer.
And more about the process of just holding the question, looking deeper.
That's the idea. Keeping those big questions like, what am I living for, in your mind as you go about your day?
Without rushing for an answer.
Right. Just letting it be there. The source even suggests feelings or thoughts during Zazen might be hints. Not answers, but clues.
Interesting. And this kind of deep work isn't separate from life either, is it? Which brings us to practice in daily life.
Exactly. You don't need a special time or place. All your daily actions can be the practice.
So doing the dishes, commuting, anything.
Anything, if you do it with care and a focused mind.
Like their Zen dishwashing example. Focusing on the water, the bubbles, the clean plates, instead of zoning out with the TV on.
Bringing that same presence you might find in meditation or drinking tea to, well, the mundane. It reframes everything.
It really does. Then the perspective widens again with oneness with nature.
This is about feeling connected, right? Not separate from the world around you.
Feeling you're part of it all.
Yeah, and that feeling can broaden your mind, quiet it down, like seeing leaves fall not as a sad ending, but just the natural flow.
And accepting our own changes, like aging, as part of that same flow.
Exactly. Accepting the flow of life rather than resisting it.
Okay, that makes sense. And the final point, number 7, experience beyond words and reason.
This one really emphasizes direct experience, feeling things, sensation.
Over just thinking about them or analyzing them.
Right. The source puts it like Zen values the physical sensation or the experience more than just knowledge.
The example was great. Don't just chant, thank you, robotically.
Instead, make tea for someone with a genuine feeling of gratitude.
The action born from the feeling is where the real understanding is.
It comes back to that direct present experience again.
So if we pull these 7 points together, the main message seems to be that Zen isn't about piling up more knowledge about Zen, is it?
Not according to this source, no. It's much more practical, a way to, as it says, quietly return to yourself.
Through really simple, small, everyday steps.
Yeah, it's less about complex ideas and more about shifting your attention, your intention, moment by moment.
So these 7 points, they offer a pretty tangible path, maybe, to bring a bit more calm and focus into your life, just starting small. So here's something for you to think about as you go about your day. What if you focused completely, just for a moment, on one tiny action? Like really noticing the feeling of closing a door or tying your shoe or even just taking your next sip of water.
Total presence in that small act.
Yeah. What might you notice that you usually miss? What little insight might pop up in just that simple focused moment?